Catherine Barnett is a visiting professor at Hunter College and the author of 2 collections of poetry, Into Perfect Spheres, Such Holes Are Pierced, and The Game of Boxes, which was a winner of the James Laughlin Award from the Academy of American Poets.
Hi, I'm so honored to be here, and I'm also happy to be here with people who are more articulate and eloquent in their arguments. You'll hear this is a poem where I'm trying to make argument, but it devolves into swearing. The Levee. My voice is usually quiet, but even so, my son says he won't speak with me because I curse politics while he is more measured. He thinks I feel. Maybe it would do me good to stand on the street corner and shout my fears. Hey, you, can you believe this? How did we get ourselves into this one big fat traffic jam to nowhere, burning up all the fossil fuels while we're at it? We're so stuck, the traffic lights do their countdown over and over, and we get nowhere, while the 18 seconds the powers that be give us to cross West End Avenue dissolve like last night's snow, and the whole wet expanse before us turns red, which is what I'm afraid of. There are no blue lights in the streets. Here on the West Side, most of us are Democrats. We should have blue lights, or at least not red lights. Purple would be a reasonable compromise. But life's not fair, my father taught us. My father, who still jaywalks with intelligence. He's what you'd call a thinking man's jaywalker. He's a thinking man's thinking man who can no longer think. But even now he swears at us if we, his hand in ours, want to wait for the light. Fear nothing but use your head, he used to tell us, quoting someone. He who used to make his scalp move back and forth when we asked him to flex his muscles. All this thinking about thinking can't promise us an elixir or an election, which, though it seems a long way off, will be here once the non-existent leaves return and flourish and then turn red again. Red? Why not blue leaves, like the veins beneath the thin skin of my father's hands? Will my father still be with us then? Often when I think about him, my mind wanders into an eddy. The past, the future, the election. But why not hope instead of cry? Cursing gets us nowhere. My son tells me that. When I was little, I used to love to repeat George Carlin's, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. This must have been my introduction to poetry. And then when my son was little, I promised to pay him $1 every time I swore. Had I paid up, he'd be rich by now. Shit. All of us should apologize. We've promised so many beautiful things we can't make good on. Thank you.